So guys, Eastgate here, and today I got an idea I got a video for you. Uh, you probably saw the title, thumbnail. Please don't hate me for this, but I want to talk about Atari's Rollercoaster Tycoon mistake. Now, what is this mistake? Well, for those who don't know, Rollercoaster Tycoon is one of Atari's most successful game franchises, if not the most successful, spanning 4 console and PC games that are currently available via Steam and whatnot, and obviously a couple of mobile spin-off games. Now, what's this big mistake that I'm talking about? Is it the fact that Rollercoaster Tycoon is not on the VCS? Is it the fact that Rollercoaster Tycoon is a game that Atari has licensed and doesn't actually own the IP of, but has extended their agreement for 10 years? And see, it's B, it's B, guys, it's B. Now, people will probably argue me and say, well, the biggest mistake they've made is the game not being on VCS. And I will agree, that is probably true. That is obviously a big mistake for Atari. Obviously, Rollercoaster Tycoon is a hugely successful franchise. And obviously, Atari kind of needs to, get the game on VCS as soon as they can, to help obviously increase sales of VCS and increase the game library on VCS and offer their gamers more variety when it comes to games. Now, option B, which is the one I want to talk about, the fact that Atari doesn't actually own Rollercoaster Tycoon. For those of you who don't know, Rollercoaster Tycoon was created in the 90s by a man called Chris Sawyer, who created the game by himself, which I'm surprised he ever finished the game, because the coding language he used was apparently unreadable for most single people to do, so people who can't read it themselves. So why is this a huge thing? Because Rollercoaster Tycoon was licensed to Atari as a publisher. So in 2005, there was obviously a lawsuit between Chris Sawyer and Atari because Atari was missing out payments to us. Chris Sawyer, classic publishers, all publishers do this. It's book publishers, game publishers. There's more alike than you think. But what it is with Atari is obviously Atari recently in I think it was 2022, they extended their license for Rollercoaster Tycoon for obviously 10 years. Now, why do I think this is a mistake? I don't think it's a mistake on the fact they've licensed Rollercoaster Tycoon. I think because obviously it's a hugely successful franchise. Everyone loves Rollercoaster Tycoon. It's a beloved franchise. That's not the problem. The problem is they licensed it. They didn't acquire it. Now, people will argue me, but maybe they couldn't afford to acquire it. And that is true. But honestly, in my opinion, how much money would Chris Sawyer expect for Rollercoaster Tycoon as an IP? And for the games, Atari has the publishing rights to the games, so they're not really getting anything from that. They just want to get the IPs. They can make Rollercoaster Tycoon Recharged or something. So to me, I don't see the problem here. My problem, personally, with this is obviously, well, they could have acquired it. And for people saying, well, Atari hasn't got any money, Atari can't afford to buy such a big thing. They recently bought 12 game franchises and gaming IPs from Stern Electronics, which people will argue, Stern Electronics hasn't made games in years. Obviously, these are old arcade games. That is true. That is very true. But Rollercoaster Tycoon only has 4 games, right? It's only got 4 games and 1 DLC pack, at least when it comes to home console versions and obviously PC versions. Whilst obviously Stern Electronics, those games were arcade games, so those were years old. But to me, it kind of feels like Atari should have made a deal with Chris Sawyer to purchase the IP from Chris Sawyer. Because Rollercoaster Tycoon is a huge franchise for Atari. It's one of their only big franchises they've really got left that they haven't obviously sold off. So to me, it kind of feels like they made a mistake in not fully acquiring the IP and instead licensing it. But I don't know, let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Do you think Atari's made a big mistake with licensing Rollercoaster Tycoon, or do you think they should have acquired it, or do you think that it's smart that they've licensed it because you don't think the IP could be as profitable as it used to be? Or let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're new here, subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. I've been Eastgate, and I'm signing out. Peace.